Hello, folks. Hoping y'all can hear me. I'll be quiet for most of this. Just going to test out some settings here for these Owners League going to run after the Super Bowl. Got a game here, Broncos and Niners. Let's see what happens.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Broncos and the 49ers, and it's coming up next.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after
that. And then we're going to do that, and then I believe I'll just be quiet.
Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time. Won each of his first 5 starts and almost guided his team to a Super Bowl. He's really forced the team to reevaluate its plans at quarterback because he looks like the real deal.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
It's those early season jitters.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw, Purdy. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing here, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his 2nd season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
They go play action with Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A man who was lost for the year in week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 3rd and 9 here. Wilson. And smartly going into the slide there, is enough for the first. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On first down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Play action. It's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. It's third and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. With Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. Anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ball game, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fielded at about the 28. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The tackle there by George Odom. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Maher is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Well, would you look at that?
Ray McLeod. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, 49ers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Moody good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This taken in right around the goal line.
So the roster.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Williams. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on third down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Same connection, Dulcich once again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Williams. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. What a pickup this man was last year. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Eluding the pressure right. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop and he's got the first down. Now back to throw. His throw incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he gets it down to the 32. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he returns this to the 22. And coming out now, the Broncos. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. He's got room past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They go play action now. Wilson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That's what you love to see.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 3rd down, Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Maher is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That escapes the sack. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
At the 14-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying...
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerome Jennings, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Moody good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. The Niners got a solid first-half outing by their second-year quarterback, Brock Purdy. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Well, the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
The backup Stidham, his first throw. Got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Lance now on first down. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. So just 3 yards on the completion there. Headed second down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up to around the 33.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Every game plan meeting I ever sat in as a player, 3 and out was emphasized like crazy because obviously I play defense, so get off the field, win third down. They did. But let's be honest about it. They had some help on that one.
They had some help indeed on that drop. Able to power through. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Jair Brown on the stop there. So from the 37, here's a second down and 9. This one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll throw on first down with Stidham. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
First down, Broncos.
They run it with P-Ryan on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's second and 10. They toss to P-Ryan. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stidham. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's second and 8.
Throwing now is Lance. He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Here's Lance. Able to find Gray here. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Here comes third down at 7. Here's Lance to throw it. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now it's Stidham. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down, Denver.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
2nd down and 4.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll try the right side with P. Ryan.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, Stidham.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Niners' 17-yard line.
Stidham. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Stidham will throw again.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
Up the middle, here's P. Ryan.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Callaway going to go in motion.
On 3rd and goal, Stidham. And avoids the contact by sliding. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
A 24-yard attempt.
Moore able to put this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 24.
Drive starts with a give to Mitchell.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Ray McCloud, the intended target, and that'll make it third down. The Lance going to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stidham. This pass caught by Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Stidham. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Lance. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Hamler now on the return. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Denver's offense now set to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
2nd and 10 now, Stidham. And he fires one incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. Stop shy of the 45. Sure off a nice little move on the play, though. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. Here's Lance. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos now down by 8, 24 seconds to go. They've got to go the full 80 yards, and they've got to do it quick as they come up on 1st down. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Stidham. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Now Stidham. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
That was an interesting last.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half, fortunately.
Here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Champs, gotta go, we don't move it scary. Last time a nigga said it,